Welcome back, traders, to another market preview. I'm on the move right now, so I don't have my usual setup. The audio is going to be different than normal. But I'm actually curious to know from you guys on whether or not the audio is better or worse than normal. So please let me know in the comments below, and let's go ahead and get started. So we've ended the last full week of April, but April isn't quite finished just yet. So I'm going to wait until next week to take a look at the monthly chart. So here I have the dollar index pulled up on the weekly. As you can see, we've been bouncing off of this volume imbalance, and we've been going up into what I marked as our daily draw on liquidity. And with the close of last week, I think we definitely will be reaching for this draw on liquidity and dig further into this monthly CIBI right here. You can see last week we came down into the weekly BISI, came down into consequent encroachment and bounced back up and closed within the range. So because of this, that leads me to believe that we will be taking out this high eventually, and then we will also be going for the buy side liquidity above these highs over here. Now zooming into the daily, we can see that all the bodies of the daily candle is within the daily fair value gap, and we just hit the consequent encroachment on the weekly fair value gap as well. So this is enough for me to say, hey, we're going to go up to take liquidity above this high, and we can aim for our weekly draw liquidity even higher. Now this could still retrace. I wouldn't be surprised if we came down here to balance some of this inefficiency over here. But if we start disrespecting all of these down close candles here and start going below this swing low, then that's going to be a market structure shift in my mind for a more bearish bias. So here's S&P on the weekly chart, and you can see that we've been dropping pretty hard. And last week we had a retracement back up into this daily fair value gap. We'll see that more in detail once we get to the daily chart. But this is good enough for me. It could go higher into a weekly order block, but this right here is good enough for me. If we start seeing downward pressure, then I'm looking for liquidity below the swing low right here. And then I have the daily draw on liquidity right here, which is a swing low with a fair value gap right underneath. Now, if it gets really strong, we will be looking into this order block here on the weekly. Here we are on the daily chart, and you can see the obvious fair value gap right here. We've been doing a nice retracement back up into this fair value gap. Like I said before, this is just enough for me. If I see a market structure shift below the swing low right here on this daily candle, then that will signal to me it's time to go for the liquidity below this low and into our weekly draw on liquidity. Now it could go higher into a weekly order block. I don't want to see this daily candle right here in green get taken over. Here's the Nasdaq on the weekly, and let's go ahead and just zoom in a little bit here. You can see that we went down into this order block right here, and now we had a nice retracement last week, and we created a CIBI on the weekly chart right here, which overlaps with a daily CIBI and is also going to align with the weekly order block. So we could see price retrace up a little bit more into this imbalance, but I don't want to see it go too much into this order block. And then I'm still looking for lower target below the swing low here and our weekly draw on liquidity below the swing low. Zooming in on the daily chart, you can see that we've already busted through all of these daily CIBIs. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove these. So this is still okay. It looks like price may be reaching for a premium into this daily CIBI right here, which aligns well with that weekly order block. So like I said, I don't really want to see price go too much higher into the order block, especially this daily candle here should not get taken. Once we see a market structure shift either on the lower time frame or below the swing low on the daily, this will be confirmation for me to look for sell side below this swing low here. There's also a small swing low here with a daily imbalance, but ultimately I'm looking for the weekly draw on liquidity below this swing low. Well, that's it for me this week. I hope you got something out of it. I hope the audio wasn't too bad. Please let me know in the comments below whether or not the audio is better or worse than normal. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to help support me. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.